Hey people, are you looking for a video in a series all about the Sermon on the Mount, the sermon that Jesus taught at the beginning of his ministry that we find in Matthew? Well, then you've come to the right place. We've been taking some time to look at this piece of scripture together and learning exactly what Jesus said about how to be a true disciple of God, and we have learned some great things so far. Like last week, we learned about judging others. And we learned that since everyone's perfect, it's totally fine to judge others because you can always tell everything about everyone just by looking at them. And none of that last statement was true. Who can tell me what was wrong with it? We learned that judging's bad because no one's perfect. And we learned that we don't know everything about everyone, and even if we did, they can still change.
It's just like in Minecraft with the iron golems, because you can make them protect you.
And you guys are absolutely correct. Judging others is bad because nobody's perfect. Only God is. So he gets to be the ultimate judge, not us. Check out the video for more. Well, today we're going to be looking at the end of Matthew 6, where Jesus talks all about... Hey, what is that?
Hey everyone, I'm just passing through. Is it okay if I have a seat for a second?
And another one. Sure, why not? Can you tell us your name?
My name's Nell. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Well, welcome to the elementary room. I'm Angela. These are my friends. We were just about to start talking all about worry.
Oh, worrying. I used to worry a lot, but not anymore.
Really? Well, maybe you could help me teach a little, because we're about to find out that the best way to deal with worry is to put your trust in God.
Your stuff.
What?
Yeah, I figured out that the secret to never worrying again is just get a lot of stuff and carry it with you everywhere you go. That's why I have this.
Oh no.
Ladies and gentlemen, the world is a scary place, so it's important to be prepared, and that's why I have my backpack. I've got everything I could possibly need in here. I have pots and pans in case I get hungry. I have face masks. I have light bulbs. I have a wig in case I need to go undercover. I have my Minion sweatshirt, cat leash. I have various ointments. I have Band-Aids. I have backups to the Band-Aids. I have a sting kit in case I run into bees.
Bees! They're back! No, there's no bees. No bees.
Got a backup phone. I've got a scarf. I've got backup glasses. I've got money. I've got checks. And I even have gold coins in case I accidentally end up in Paraguay again. Do not ask.
Okay, so because of your backpack, you never worry?
Nope, never worried again. Not at all. Well, last week I ran out of granola bars and then I kind of freaked out. But I just got some more and then I was fine.
Whoa, do I need a backpack like that? No, you don't need a backpack. Look, I'm sorry, Nell, but that doesn't really make sense. Which part? Well, all of it. Okay, look, surprisingly enough, Jesus doesn't say to handle worry by getting a bunch of stuff. Let's look at what he did say together. At the beginning of chapter 6, Jesus is talking all about money and possessions and warning people that loving money and possessions too much can get in the way of truly loving God. Plus, you can't take it all to heaven with you anyway, so what's the point? And then he goes on to say that we should not worry about anything. Now, here's the thing. As humans, we want to know what's going on, and we want to know what we should do. And if we can't see that or can't understand it, we tend to worry. It's in our nature. I mean, as an adult, I worry about things. And as a kid, I really worried about things. I would worry about what I saw in the news on TV. I'd worry about what my parents were talking about. I worried about what people were saying about me. There were nights I would just lay awake in bed and worry about all of the bad things that could possibly happen. Not worrying about things seems impossible. And I want to say for a second that here Jesus isn't saying that if you do worry about something, you're sinful and God hates you. It's more of him reminding us that we have plenty of reasons not to worry. Jesus says that even though worrying is very easy to do, worrying itself does nothing. Hey, did you hear that today we find out what grade we got on that test? It was a really tough one. I just studied a lot. How much did you study?
Oh, I didn't really study at all, but I did worry about it a lot, so I should be good. Hey! What do you mean you got an F? I worried so much about this!
It doesn't fix anything, it doesn't make problems go away, and it doesn't make you feel better. If nothing else, it turns you into a big nervous mess.
What are you talking about?
So worrying is useless. That's the first reminder. The second reminder is no one has ever seen a nervous flower. What do you mean you don't get it? I'll explain. Our God created the entire world and the galaxy, universe, all of it, which means he has the power to make things happen. And Jesus reminds us that not only did God create everything, he is actively part of it and taking care of his creation. Jesus points out the birds.
Do you need birdseed? I have some.
No, thank you. He points out that birds don't sit around worrying about where their next meal will come from because God takes care of them. And even flowers.
Do you need flowers as an example? I might have one.
No, thank you. Not only are flowers beautiful, but they can also make their own food with the sun and dirt and rain, all of which God provides. So, Jesus points out, if God is taking care of flowers that can be stepped on and eaten by other animals, and birds that eat bugs and fly into windows, how much more is he going to take care of you? You're one of his children. He loves you. So we don't need to worry because not only does God have the power to take care of us, he will take care of us. What, you still don't believe me? Well, here, I got another idea for you. In Matthew 7, Jesus is talking about prayer, and he points out that us humans are not perfect. I mean, that's been proven. But he says, even though we're not perfect, we still know not to do this.
Hey, Mommy, I'm really hungry.
Oh, I should probably feed you, shouldn't I? Oh, here you go.
Is this a rock?
Don't eat it too fast or you'll get a tummy ache.
Even with our tiny human brains, we still know not to give our kid a scorpion if they want a hug. And if we can figure that out, as imperfect as we are, just think about God as a father. I mean, he's the most perfectest of perfect, which means he's gonna know exactly how to take care of us and give us everything we need. Not want, need. And remembering that is a great way to help with worry.
Are you saying that God will provide everything?
Everything we need, yeah, he loves us.
So, I don't really need this backpack?
Well, there's nothing wrong with being prepared, but if you're doing it out of pure fear and worry and not trusting God, that's not a good thing.
I don't know.
Oh, well, maybe this will help. Let's look at how God took care of the Israelites.
The Israel who?
The Israelites were God's people. Now, at the beginning of the Old Testament, they had been slaves in Egypt for hundreds of years. But then God set them free and was leading them to a land that God had set aside for them, where they could become their own nation. But once they got to this land that God had promised them, there was a problem. The people didn't believe that God could give them this land from their enemies. They began to complain and whine, and they forgot to trust God. Well, God told them, since they didn't trust him, they weren't going to get to go into this promised land. They were going to have to wander in the desert for 40 years. Now, God meant this as a punishment, of course, but it was also a chance for God to show the Israelites that he could provide everything they ever needed, even in the desert. Every single morning, the people would wake up to find something called manna on the ground. It was kind of a flaky substance that they could make into bread, so they always had food to eat. He would lead them to water when they needed it, and if the water wasn't safe to drink, God would make it safe. God would lead them through the desert in a giant cloud, and at night it would turn into a pillar of fire. He never left their side. The people even noticed that during this time, none of their clothing wore out. And then, just like he promised, after 40 years of providing for them in the desert, God finally led the Israelites to the promised land, and they became their own nation, just like God had promised. And he continued to provide for them even after that. So in conclusion, not only is our God powerful enough to take care of us, he wants to take care of us, and he will take care of us by providing everything that we need. Not want, need. So worrying does come very easily sometimes, but we don't need to do it, and we have plenty of reasons not to.
I will admit, carrying this backpack around is getting pretty old. Maybe I should try trusting God more. Like, when I'm worried, maybe I should try to pray or talk to someone instead of getting a bunch of stuff.
Hey, you got it. Put your trust in God, not stuff.
You know what? You're right. I don't need all of this stuff with me. Maybe I should go through it and take out some of the extra stuff. Like, ooh, like this. Does anybody want this? I don't think it's very old. Oh, no, I was wrong. It's really old. You know, I could do this somewhere else. Thank you. I'll see you guys later.
Wow. Once again, Jesus is teaching to do amazing things for people. Are we surprised? No, but still cool. So as a family, read Matthew 6 verses 25 through 34 together. It's a really good section. And talk as a family about worry and keep that conversation going. Side note, worrying is one thing, but if you find that you're worried all the time about everything and can't seem to stop, or you feel like a tightness in your chest, or you get a stomach ache, it's possible that you might have something called anxiety. Now, anxiety isn't a bad thing. It just means that something's off balance in your brain. So your brain is taking a normal worry and then going crazy town banana pants with it. It's not very fun. And if you feel that way, no matter how old you are, just don't be afraid to talk to someone about it. I am so glad I talked to someone about my anxiety. I found out that there's medication and there's things I can do to help me feel better and handle things better. There, side note, over. Ow. Okay, back to me. Thanks, me. All right, it is everybody's favorite part of the video. It's time to... I don't know. I have no clue what you're talking about.
It's Lego time.
Seriously, guys? Time to give away ice cream. I mean, we've done this before. Never mind. Meet me by Yoda's head. All right, people, I don't think I need to explain what's going on. Verse, video, Facebook, Yoda's head. You got this. We got this. Let's see who our winner is. All right, we've got some good ones this time. Let's see who we got. Landon! You might need to share with your brother. Great job, Landon. Did you guys see his video? He was on his trampoline. He was Iron Man. It was awesome. All right, your next verse is Matthew 6, verse 33. And just a warning, this is your last shot at ice cream, so let's see what you got. I love you guys. I really miss you guys. And remember, until we meet here, keeping the church there. I'll see you guys next time.